The countdown starts now on You Got a Minute on SydScottENTTV TV. We bring you HD entertainment artist Quincy. Quincy drops by to talk about his new CD, Ready, that's available on iTunes right now. He brings us that and so much more. And we've got that coming up right now.
Quincy from HD Entertainment, and he's going to give us a minute. So the first question we have is, what makes someone decide to be a rapper?
You know, I think with parents, it was just kind of something that was already in me. You know, I was, as a kid, writing stories, and always, you know, my favorite subject in school was English, so, you know, writing was just like my favorite thing. So I think it was kind of just in me. You know, I was born with this. I kind of chose me, you know.
And so, in terms of how did you know that you were going to be doing this?
I think that I always wanted to get into music. You know, my family has always been, you know, they're all really talented musicians, and I've always wanted to be a singer, but I can't sing. You know what I mean? I tried, but I can't. So, you know, I think with rap, you know, I realized that I had a good voice, and I always liked to write, and I just took it serious from there. You know, it was my opportunity to get in. Do
you believe anyone can rap? Because many people try. They put rhymes together and music, and they call it that. What do you call it?
I think with the person, you know, as people that want to rap just based off of how they, you know, what they hear and who they want to, you know, resemble. But I think with the true artists, you know, they feel it from inside, you know, and it comes out from their soul. So, you know, I can't knock anybody who really has that feeling. You know, if you really feel the way I feel when, you know, I'm rapping my best, you know, rhymes, then hey, you know, maybe you are a rapper in your own light. You know, now will you be successful at it? You know, that's based on the critics.
So, do you feel anyone can have a career as a rapper?
You know, I think as far as how complicated this game is, you know, it's not for everybody. You know, it's just pure chance. You know, I think that everybody that really loves doing music has to understand that they can only really do it for the joy. You know, if it happens, it happens. You know, you know, that's just how it is.
How do you feel when you're doing your thing in the studio? How do you feel when you finally get in there and you're behind that mic? What is it like for you?
I think with the studio, the best way to put that is, you know, when you're writing your song, you know, you have this idea, and you know, you write it down, and you know, everything's in your head. But when you're actually in the studio, everything you imagine, it really like becomes three-dimensional. You know what I mean? It comes out, and that feeling right there is priceless. Just because, you know, that's what you really was feeling that whole time, and to hear it and actually like be able to press play and really play it for other people and see it all come together. It's just like, you know, painter painting on a canvas. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful feeling.
I've heard other artists say they get kind of nervous or they get anxiety attacks right before, but then once they start doing it, they're okay. Do you ever get nervous, or do you just go in and do your thing, or do you
as
ever
far
feel,
as going to the studio?
Going to the studio, do you ever feel nervous like that, or do you feel like, oh my God, what if I fail, or do you ever get any type of emotion that's what I consider negative prior to?
I mean, I guess when you get to the point of doing it as long as I have, all that kind of goes out the window just because you've just been doing it for so long. I think, you know, maybe if you're in the studio with other talented artists, you know, you want to come across a certain way. You know, and I think with that, it's based on the song. You know, if you're confident in your song and you're prepared to record, then you should have no problem. So.
What about in front of a crowd? How do you prep for that? Because you've done a lot of shows, and the crowd seems to, you know, respond. How do you get them into it? You know, how is it that you prep for that, and do you get nervous about it? And
I think, you know, like when I first started, you know, I got nervous just because I never, you know, performed in front of that, you know, many people at one time and stuff like that. But I think that, you know, at the end of the day, this is what you kind of are really doing it all for. You know, you really do it for rhyming, for rapping, not because you want to record it on a CD or because you want to, you know, write it on paper. You really wrote that down or did all that because you wanted to rap it. And I think when you actually perform it, you get to really do what you really wanted to do in the first place. You know, I really have loved to perform just because I'm really actually able to rap these rhymes I wrote, these songs that I wrote.
How do you prep for it? Do you fast, pray, call the Pope, holy oil? What do you do?
You know, I think you just do the performance over and over, making sure you got your songs memorized and your show performance down. You know, and I think that practice makes perfect. You know, as long as you just do it over and over and have it down, then perform. You know, when you perform it, you pretty much just doing what you've been practicing in the first place.
Your current CD is about the streets. Okay, for me, there's some strong lyrics, there's some language as well, and hardcore, explicit, as what they're classified as. Is this a street story you're telling? Is it your story? Why is it the story of others, people you've encountered? What's the story behind Ready?
I think more than anything, like Ready just comes from how I feel I am right now. I feel like I'm ready to really, make a move as far as music is concerned. I think my album more than anything describes me personally. And that's a lot of different dimensions involved. From G shit to just having a good time and being a regular guy. So I think that more than anything, whenever I write a song, and all these songs included on this particular album is just regular. It's just regular me. Not stories from anybody else. Just more than just me expressing myself.
Speaking of G, S-H-I-T, that song, that's actually, believe it or not, one of my favorites. Even though I don't necessarily use that language, I think it's a very sexy song from a woman's perspective. And it seems like the men like it. It's like a bad boy kind of feel. What was that your intention of that particular song? It talks about you better have my money. What was your message there? What was your intention? Did you intend to make it sexy? Did you intend to make it kind of bad boyish? Well, what were you trying to communicate there?
Well, that song was wrote to a different beat. My brother made the beat, and the beat was just old school. So my engineer remade it, and he made it a different way. And then I never had a chorus, so I talked to Sean Carson. He came over, he wrote the chorus, and he came up with that based on how my first verse started. So I think with that song, it's just different talented people kind of came together, and I put it all together. I think my intentions of the song was just really to talk about, obviously, anybody, female, male, they owe you money. They need you to you need that money from them. They always try to do things to beat around the bush, but at the end of the day, you need your money, so, that was my impression with that. But at the same time, it was just more of a sort of a G shit type song, just to ride to and express myself to, people I grew up with. That's just pretty much it.
It's like a great theme for a collection agency, huh? We've got Let's Go. That's my personal favorite, is that one. I wonder why. But on Let's Go, on that particular one, it gets you up, it gets you moving. What was your motivation there? A lot of people are saying, the feedback that I'm getting is that a lot of people are using that as their workout song. It gets them on the treadmill, or it gets them out jogging, or it gets them up, getting something done. So was that your, what was your plan with that one?
I think with that song, it's kind of like how G shit came about. That was just an idea. Then the engineer made the beat, and then after that, the singing involved with it, put it on a different level for me. The go part, that just came to me just out of the blue. That just kind of blended perfectly. But like I said, the singing, I think, just took it to another level, and then that really inspired the rhymes involved with it. So I think yet again, when you put different talented people together, that their specific talents kind of blend, and it just comes up with something real unique. What's
your favorite cut on the CD?
Honestly, my favorite song is Silver and Gold. I don't know why, but it's just my favorite song.
Can you tell us, I mean, basically, where were you when you wrote it?
I was in Tacoma. I wrote that song like pretty much the same time I wrote G Shit, and you know, it's just another beat my brother sent me, and I just really liked